And I get to welcome a man that I got to meet a few years ago, and little did I know that he was going to impact my world just by being in it. Someone you guys are going to absolutely love. He's been 23 years in the business, sold over 1,500 homes, but that's not really the reason I love him. I love him because of his heart. He has created a community and a charity called Sharp Shoes, and they put 40,000 shoes on children's feet. He has a mission. I'm sure he'll tell you about it. He's been in 3 house fires. He's written a book. He's been on TV. He has an 840 FICO score. For you ladies, he's single. And he dresses as sharp as the shoes that he puts on those kids' feet. So I want to bring to the stage, please stand up and welcome James Sharp, my friend from Texas, Dallas.
Thank you. Wow, thank you guys, thank you so much. And there's, I know, going to be a mad rush to the stage, so hang on, ladies. I'll tell you what you got in store here. Look at this, look at this. We went back in time 54 years ago to pull these pictures off there, but look at that sharp-looking guy. Well, what you don't know in there is I was crying my eyes out. I was not going to take my picture, no way. Mom did everything until she played a little Elvis Presley. Any Elvis lovers in the room? All right, thank you very much, thank you. So as soon as she played the radio, I turned into Mr. Debonair there. But no, I'm excited to be here. When Shelly told me I was coming, asked me that I was coming to BUILD25 here in Charlotte, I said, what do I have to share? What could I possibly share? This guy from Michigan, this guy from Flint, Michigan, of all things. And I said, well, I'll do Shelly right. I found a picture of me as a cowboy. Look at that, 6-year-old James there, precious, right? And the next picture is something that I got from my grandma. See, that's my other mother. Okay, and some of you guys know that and stuff there, out there, these ladies in your life that impact you. That was a picture taken literally about a week before what happened to the right happened. See, I grew up in Flint, Michigan. It's a little rough. The water sucks, still sucks today, and the attitude really sucked back then too. I was bullied mercilessly. I was picked on. I was put in bad situations where guys would jump me, throw rocks at me. I come home bloodied, bruised, and Mom said, what happened? I said, Mommy, they don't like me. They don't like what I'm wearing. They don't like what I am all about. And fast forward, we started getting death threats at our house. They would call and hang up. That's when they had the old rotary phones. Some of you guys will Google that, know what I'm talking about, when I do this with the finger. But they would call and say, if you don't move, we're gonna have something bad happen to you guys. And one night, that came to pass. See, Mom had put us kids to bed. So that's me, my sister, my just born baby brother. And Mom's expecting number 4, my little sister Joyce. Puts us to bed, only to wake up about an hour later to my brother crying. And she goes, what's going on? Any moms in the room? Oh, you guys have supersonic hearing. Isn't that crazy? You can hear your baby cry, and they could be in clear to the other side of the house. She heard her baby cry. That was my brother. Woke up and saw the house on fire. She ran to the front door. It was barricaded. Ran to the back door. Barricaded. Yeah, case of arson, guys. When somebody doesn't like you that much, they try to kill you and your family. That's a sobering moment. But moms, being superhuman, thankfully we're in a 1-story house, shook me up, pushed out my bedroom screen, told me to call 911, go across the street, call 911, James. And for the next several minutes, I thought my whole life was gone. Seeing my house on fire, seeing my siblings, which I thought were still in the fire with my mom. Dad comes home and immediately there's police there. Put my dad in handcuffs, put him back to the squad car. Because they think, because he wasn't home, that he set his family on fire. Fire chief comes out though, checks out his alibi, said, no, Mr. Sharp couldn't do it. He was at work, he got here. My dad's a wreck, my mom and I, we all get connected. She had had horrible inhalation, smoke inhalation. But we got reconnected, and it taught me a lot there. Life throws you a lot of stuff. But as Tony Robbins has said before, everything happens for you, not to you. And Brett started this morning saying, hey, big things happen at Build events. I was at a Build event 4 years ago. Anybody in Grapevine, Texas, when he had Tony Robbins on stage? Woohoo! Yeah, that was when my life changed there for the best. But I got obviously out of Michigan there, and I came to, we moved to Arizona, then we got to Texas there. But what I always said from that story as a young boy getting through the house fires, everything has a choice. There's always perspective to it. You can either choose to get all that hate and discrimination against you and bottle that up, or you can turn it into something good. I turned it into something good. I ended up working like Brent, mowing lawns, delivering newspapers, doing all that stuff. And then I decided I was gonna go get married and have a kid. That was my little baby, Karis. She's a little sunflower. Her brother is a little bumblebee there. She was getting into real estate at an early age. She's helping me go through, the ad placement there for MLS. But as a single dad to my kids, I'm never a shortage for child labor. Put them to work here. So you'd see they were helping dad out, give away pies and stuff there. But I always had a challenge there too, because when I decided I wanted to get married and stuff, I decided I wanted to do that for life, and I wanted to have the 3 kids and stuff. But my wife had extra thoughts there. So we divorced in 2006. I moved the family into this beautiful house in Plano, Texas there, only to have a house fire a few months later. You heard Shelly say he survived 3 house fires. I don't have time for all 3, but suffice to say, I'm not a pyromaniac. I didn't set any of these houses on fire. This was a candle that got knocked over upstairs bedroom, and it just destroyed the house. And what was so crazy about that, I was just starting over again. When I was a young boy, lost everything in that first fire. Second fire, just start over from the divorce. Bringing these 3 kids up as a single dad. 3 kids in 4 years sound like a great idea until I had to put food with the meals, These buggers like to eat. I don't know what it is. But one of the things that the fire shot me is this. Watching your house go up a second time is like bad deja vu, bad karma. But I was just so grateful that thankfully we have first responders. They contained the fire, kept it local, and I have my 3 kids there. And I would say there too, during that time, I had some of the best friends in my industry of real estate. Some of you guys out there in the audience who reached out and said, what can we do? We want to help you rebuild and stuff there. So I get this opportunity to rebuild, and then fast forward, we got 2020 happen. Anybody remember what happened in 2020? World as we know it shuts down, COVID happens. And so my baby girl, there, that little one that you saw, now she's all graduating here and stuff there, she decides she wants to go to University of Hawaii. But the problem was, Hawaii was under lockdown, quarantine. You can't come in and out unless you go 2 weeks quarantine. She goes, Dad, I don't care. I want to go to University of Hawaii. I want you to make that happen if you can. And this little girl, man, she showed me some gumption. She went through all the COVID. She went through all the challenges. And unfortunately, when we were out there, this girl got exposed to toxic mold. This girl rented an apartment there. She wanted to be on her own there. She wanted to be Miss Independent. I was supporting it. And then a well-intended doctor prescribed antibiotic round after antibiotic round. In fact, 9 rounds of antibiotics. Anybody in the audience know what antibiotics do to your system, to your gut? It just destroys it. It's like a bomb goes off. But she didn't know. She was young. She didn't know. And she got sick. She developed what they call an autoimmune issue called MCAS, mast cell activation syndrome. At the end of 23, I got the call, Daddy, I'm not doing well. I can't work anymore. I know I'm probably a disappointment to you, but can you fly me home? I said, sure, baby. Any parents in the room? Do I have any parents? Okay, good. Friendly crowd, thank you. When your kid calls you up and says, I want to come home, do you give them the riot act, or you say, we'll get you on the first plane out? I said, first plane out, baby. I got you. Picked her up. I knew something was different with her. I'd seen her at the graduation a few months earlier. She was kind of having a little sensitivity to food and stuff, but nothing major. Unbeknownst to me, my daughter, for the last 2.5 years of her life, has suffered horrible pain and discomfort like nobody should ever have in their life. She was the strongest person I knew when she dealt with this, and she never let on to any of her friends, never let on to her boss, never let on to her classmates there. She graduated a 4-year degree in 3 years. She learned 5 languages when she was in Hawaii there, plus the native Hawaiian language. This kid was full in, but her body failed her. And it was really, really challenged. But I was determined. When I get her back home in Dallas, I said, baby, we're gonna get you the finest doctors. I'm gonna throw everything kitchen sink. I'm a successful realtor, right? I can pay for quality care. So I hired some of the best, and we would make some traction. We'd get some help. She would get better just to lose that ground and then some. And the disease, if you got any friends that are dealing with autoimmune issue, it's nothing to be, flack about, because it is real and it's only getting worse. But I had this opportunity. We got through her 23rd birthday. It was a struggle, but she got there. But she goes, Dad, I'm just doing the Ed My Lets, one day at a time, one more day, one more day, one more hour sometimes in those days. I was getting ready to go to Colorado Springs for a Buffini trip. I'm big on Brian Buffini, work his program, go to this thing called Peak Experience. It's gonna be in Colorado Springs. So I'm talking to my baby. I said, hey, I'm gonna be gone for a few days, hon, but you're in great hands. Your grandma and grandpa will be here and stuff. I'm a phone call, text away, whatever you need there. And she started crying. She was having one of those tough days, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody see your kid just sobbing and you don't know what to do? And I did something I have not ever done before, but I'm so glad I did that day. I went up to her, she's sitting in her spot on the kitchen island, and I just embraced her, hon. I just embraced my baby girl. I said, baby, I don't know why you're going through this. I wish I could take the pain away. I wish I can get you some help, but I'm not giving up on you. I kissed her sweet forehead, kissed her sweet head, and then that's when she said, Dad, can you let me go? This is getting uncomfortable. Okay, yeah, sorry. I go to Colorado Springs, have an amazing time. It's the 20th anniversary of Peak Experience. It's a lifetime change. I'm on the highest of highs. I'm literally in 7,000 square, elevation up in Colorado Springs. Beautiful scene, Broadmoor Hotel. Anybody been to Broadmoor? Know what I'm talking about? The little piece of heaven. I decided we were wrapping up the event. I'm gonna go bowling with my friends. They have a bowling alley in this resort, okay? So you gotta do it, right? So Mr. Sharp's doing it. I'm bowling, we're in the mid lane, and then I get the call on my phone. It's a Dallas number, and it's like 11:30 at night back in Dallas. I'm like, who's calling me? Answer the phone. Is this Mr. Sharp? Yes, who's asking? Oh, I'm Detective Wheeler from the Dallas Police Department. I'm at your house. I'm here with your son, Tucker. He tells me you're out of town today. Is that right? I said, yeah, who is this and what are you doing at my house? What are you doing with my son? He's like, oh, geez, I hate to do this over the phone. When you get that call, parents, and you're not prepared for it, it's like the gut check of gut checks. He told me in the next sentence that my baby girl was gone. And he hated to do that over the phone. I hated to get that news, trust me, because that meant my baby girl couldn't fight the fight anymore. He told me something, though, that gave me a little bit of hope. He said, I've been on the force over 30 years, Ms. Sharp. I've never seen what I've seen today. Your baby girl obviously was loved, and she loved you. In fact, I have 8 letters. Hold one of the letters wrote to Dad. I got letters for Grandma, Grandpa, your brothers, your ex-wife, you, and even us, the EMTs that found her, first response. He said, I have never seen that before. It's something out of the movies. He says, I hope you will read those letters, get some solace from your daughter. I could tell she was loved. And I said, well, I can't wait to claim that. And the next few days, I got home as quick as I can, had to sit down with my boys, told them what had happened to their baby sister, had to tell an ex who I hadn't talked to in 10 years that her baby girl is gone. Had to tell the grandparents who was super close to them that Karis is no more. But she left me a gift. And I want to share this gift with you guys because I know she's here right now looking down saying, Daddy, I fought as hard as I could. She wrote that in this letter. I have fought until my body could not fight no more. And I get it. Men and women, we have a challenge out there. A lot of you guys are parents. I saw the hands raised and stuff there. I still got 2 boys. She goes, Dad, thank you for taking me for who you are. Thank you for loving me for who I am, accepting me for my uniqueness. And thank you for giving me a life that I'm so proud because I have no regrets. When your kid writes you a letter and asks one other thing though, Dad, if it's okay, can you take me back to Hawaii? Can you take my remains back? I tell you, she's loving real estate because she's got oceanfront property in Makaya Beach there in Oahu. This girl knows how to pick it. That's her beach. She's a couple hundred yards off there. I did that last July. This picture right here speaks volumes because yours truly was a photographer asked to take that picture. I didn't know how much pain and discomfort she was going through. She put on a beautiful smile. Now, that was an $8,000 braces smile. Thank you very much. But I was so blessed because this kid gave me 23 amazing years. And I know some of you guys, parents, have kids that maybe are going through a little health challenge, maybe going through a little mental health challenge, okay? There's a lot of that going on. These kids are not the same after 2020, after COVID. And what my daughter said to me, she goes, Dad, please live your life with no regrets. Please say the unsaid. And please know, I love you. She wrote over 50 references of love in this 8-page letter. I was going to read it, but I can't get through it, guys, without bawling my eyes out, so I'm going to spare you that. But that is the challenge I take every day. The one other thing I will ask of you guys to do, and I got asked this after I gave her that long hug. She goes, Dad, can you do me another quick favor? And I said, sure, baby, whatever. Dad, will you take care of you for me? And folks, who do you need to take care of by taking care of yourself? I took that challenge that day from that little girl because I knew she was struggling health-wise. I knew if I didn't take care of me, I couldn't be the dad for her or her brothers and stuff there. She was always thinking about the next person. She was always thinking about the next deal. She didn't care if you were 9 months, 9 years, or 90. She loved you unconditionally. She said, loved deeply, Dad. I hope you find true love. She said that in the letter and stuff. So I've made a mission now to work on the best version of James here. You see the sharp shoes? That's a fly thing, right? Cleaned up all right for you guys here in Charlotte. First time here. I appreciate so much Shelly and Brent and the team that put this event on together. I've been in this event with you guys, playing full out. I came to the event 4 years ago and decided to come check out this company EXP and then brought my whole team. Best decision I've had. I didn't realize I was going to have a lot of life thrown at me in the last few years. But I could not have done this without Shelly, without Brent, about a bunch of you guys reaching out. And so my challenge to you as you go through this day, you're going to hear a lot of good tips and strategies there. Do me one other favor though. If you got a loved one, maybe you haven't talked to them in a while. Maybe they're overdue for a hug. Give them one for me, give them one for my daughter Karis, okay? put a little extra zip on that fastball. Give them a little extra squeeze to the point where they're like, okay, we're good, you can let go. But when you do that several second squeeze, you guys' heart rates connect and sync up. And it's unprecedented what it can do for that person. That was the last embrace I had with my daughter, and I'm so grateful I did it. And guys, I'm gonna talk to the guys here for a second. It's okay to show emotion. It's okay to tell your baby girl you love her, okay? It's okay to tell another male you love them too. All right, males, okay? I was guilty of it. I have no problem saying to my best friends, I love you, man. So a lot of love from this stage. I hope you guys got a little something there. Go out there and love unconditionally. Let's stay connected. I'm here for anybody, and let's have a great rest of the night, all right? Thank you guys. Much love.